Welcome to another all-weather haulage video right here on the all-weather haulage channel. I just received, so in my last video I was talking about a couple modules that I had traded out for the fantastic Scorp Instruments Hermod. I haven't plugged it in yet because this is the one where I think this will all come into play. Let me just see what I've got going on here. Okay, I used last time my track that I would have wanted to use for this time when I was talking about those two modules and some attenuation and some filtering. But what I was set up and what I'm set up to talk about now is these fantastic Disting EX modules, and to be honest, they were probably one of my least favorite modules and have recently become my favorite, in large part due to these fantastic screens. Now, people often say, what would you, if you could pick one module for a small case, what would you get? And people often pick the maths, just because, you know, the maths can do a lot of stuff. Well, the Disting EX can do pretty much everything. I've used them in the past in the video Data Bent Manus as reverb delay, in the Dream Machine video as using the Dream Machine algorithm, in the TP Ballad video as a clock delay, in Fractured Surface Rings and Electricity Park as granulation on the surface, and in Granulate Everything as a granulator. In this video, I'm trying the SD multi-sample, and I'm playing the Spitfire Labs Dulcimer Hits. And on the second one, I'm using the resonator, which is emulating the Mutable Instruments rings. Now, one, sounds absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to stop that art. I could probably sequence it, but whatever. Sounds absolutely phenomenal. It became my absolute favorite module as soon as I got these fantastic screens here. Now that's what I want to talk about. I've got featured right above the one a sticker by Motley Modular. I posted on Facebook, can anyone help me get these to build these screens, because I purchased a screen and it wasn't the right screen. It wouldn't interface with the Disting EX. I had to order the screens from the US. I had to order the backing part from Thonk. I could get the DuPont wires anywhere, but I'm also having to pay, based upon the different places, import taxes. So when I get the wrong thing, it's doubly annoying because I've purchased the import tax, or I've had to pay for the import tax. Some people on Facebook said, yeah, we'll help you build that, and then never followed through. Never helped me build it. They would say yes, and you wouldn't hear from them. One person, Steve Begin, from Motley Modular, built these, set it up. He did it all at cost. So he's been working with Cicada, which is a Canadian company, to sell these. He talked with Oz, which is pretty cool. And Oz was like, yeah, for sure, you can build them, sell them, whatever. So super awesome, Motley Modular. I'm gonna jump into, I've also got one of his modules going here that I want to talk about more coming up. You can hear it in there. If right now it's playing with warps here. I was playing with this at the end of my last video. I have 3 polyphonic voices, and I had always said that I needed a sequencer, and I just picked up that Scorp Instruments Hermod, did a little bit of research, was trying to figure out, ooh, this thing seems neat, I better learn how to use it. And then I found out there's a new one where the outputs are both CV, regular CV, like a regular control voltage cable, or they could be 8 MIDI outs, which is crazy. But then that would give me a whole nother problem, because all I have are 3 modules that can be controlled by MIDI. But speaking of MIDI, I've got some super cool stuff going on. So when I purchased this second one used, or traded for it used, I got this MIDI in-out with it. And so I had this hooked up to my Disting. This is going in, this is coming out. You can set up the polycinematic to pick up a different MIDI track, so it's playing something different than these are playing, which is super cool. But then I thought, can I link, well, this is an ES5. I still haven't used this, but I'll see if I can use that in the future. I have one going into the other, and they each, I hooked it all up. I think it was this one that was purchased used. I don't know, it could have been this one. But the used one was set up differently. Automatically is picking up a different track on my KeyStep Pro, which is super cool, because now that's doing something different from that, which is doing something different from that. Unbelievable. I didn't even set any of that up. I wanted to jump on here for a quick second. I think I've got that going still in the background there. But just to show on the computer where you can go to get some fancy screens just like I have. I like this stuff so much, I made myself an unofficial Motley Modular shirt and an unofficial Expert Sleeper shirt there. I say unofficial because I talked with Mutable Instruments. I believe it's Paper Noise who created the designs for it. Anyways, my shirt they allowed me to make. Qubit, I talked with the people at Qubit, and they allowed me to make that shirt. ALM asked that I not, as well as Make Noise never got back to me. Anyway, I want to show, I'm going to do a little quick transition here. This is Cicada Sound, cicadasound.ca. If you search Motley Modular, here's what comes up. Now this is like the one that I have. There's a little bit of separation. I don't know if there's multiple pictures. I think that's the only picture of it. There's a little bit of separation between the screen here and the actual piece down below. But look, already sold out. I was talking with Steve Begwin recently, and he's made an updated version where it's got this, and he has it kind of looping here where it doesn't have that separation, which is super cool. So it'll attach and it'll be flush, And he also said coming soon, it'll be in black. So if you go in there and order, I believe it comes with all the stuff that you would need to hook it up, including the DuPont wires. I don't want to give away too much of his ideas. As you can see kind of down in the bottom, he's shown me a bunch of cool stuff. I'm going to show the towel coming up. But this is another really neat idea. I'm running out of HP space. Otherwise, this would 100% I'd be getting one of these. If you've got two Distings, two screens, and the HP space, look at that. Look at that. To house it right in there. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Anyway, some really cool stuff. I'm going to get into the towel module coming up right here. Thanks for tuning in, fellow hitchhikers.